Welcome to All Things Reacher, the only podcast where two grown men with zero military experience critique the technique of a fictional elite soldier from the comfort of a sofa.
I am trained in stage combat.
Yeah, that is just fighting with jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
That's good.
He didn't do the...
I'll put the sound effect in the edit.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Andrew McGillen, stop touching me. Actor, fighter, lover, as we all know.
Thank you very much.
Last time you came on the podcast, we talked about your love of Reacher, but that you'd never watched the Jack Reacher movie starring Tommy Seas.
Tiny Tommy Cruise.
So, as he shall be henceforth
TTC.
referred to as, we agreed that you would go away, and that was it. We agreed that you would go away, and it was great. No, we agreed that you would go away, watch the film, and then come back and talk about it.
I've done that.
You've done that. So
well, we're partway through that. Now we're talking about it.
Okay, yes. Okay. So, you went away, you've watched the film. Now, first questions first. Before we get into actually how you felt about it and did you enjoy it and how much did you dislike Tom Cruise, which I suspect is coming, how did you feel going into it? What did you expect to feel?
I didn't want to like it. You're absolutely right. And I didn't. So that it's a bit.
This has been All Things Reacher.
It's a bit more complex than that.
Okay.
Only very slightly. I was trying to be neutral because of this podcast and because of my great love for you, and you asked me to do it, and that's so I'm slightly trepidatious. Mm-hmm. Trepidized?
Yeah, trepidata in the Greek.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with covered in trepidata, I watched the film.
That was the name of your second band, wasn't it? Covered in trepidata.
Yeah, it was a two-piece prog rock band, early 76.
Early 76.
Summer 76, long hot summer, and I'd been voted world's strongest man that year.
That's right, because of the forearms. The forearms. Yeah. For anyone who's only listening to this, Andrew is showing everyone his forearms. They don't quite even fit in the shot. They're so big.
They're chunky.
Right, so going into it, not sure. Okay.
But trying to keep an open mind.
Okay. What was, talk me through the setting. Where were you? How were you feeling? What kind of evening was it?
It was a balmy summer evening in June. I was in my truck. I live in a massive truck, which says horses on the front, but there's no horses in it. I'm partway through converting. Some of you might know that I converted a previous truck and did a video diary about it.
Some of who? Only me and you watch this.
Some of us may know. Do you know?
I know.
Oh,
we all know. As we all know.
As we all know. There's no point in me telling you that, is there? Anyway, I live in a big truck. I was in my truck. I was watching it on my laptop on a streaming site. I won't name which one because other streaming sites are available. So I was relaxed. I was shirtless, and I watched it.
I got a lovely video from you referring to the shirtlessness. I got a lovely video from you, which, if you're happy, I will slot in right now.
I can't remember it, so let's just say I'm happy. I mean, I sent it to you, which means I don't care.
Yeah, it was lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Was I halfway through? Or was it at the end?
It was halfway through. It was halfway through. In fact, do you know what? I'll put it in a few questions time. Now,
okay.
I suspect we're going to get on to talk about Tom Cruise's performance of Jack Reacher quite a bit later on. So let's park that for now.
Okay.
As a film, did you enjoy the experience of watching the film?
Yes.
You're an actor. You've been in films. You know how storytelling works. Talk to me about it. Forget that it's Reacher for a second. As a film, did you enjoy it?
I did eventually. It took me a while to suspend my disbelief. But once my disbelief was suspended to the ceiling with many ropes and pulleys and scaffolded right on, I did actually like it as a film. And I hate you for making me say that.
Yeah, I know. I thoroughly enjoyed you saying that.
Am I allowed to swear on this?
Have you watched the last one?
I can't remember.
Yeah, you're allowed to swear.
Fuck you.
That's it. So, yes, you thoroughly enjoyed it as a film. Thoroughly? I've added the word thoroughly.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. Okay. Do we get into Tommy Seas right now? Because I feel like that's going to be the crux of everything for you.
Feels like it's the salient point.
Yeah, okay. That's what the one thing that we talked about before you even watched it was the fact that physically
he's a foot too short.
He's a foot too short.
He's a foot too short.
And he's a foot too narrow.
It feels like a diverse hire.
Yeah.
Right.
I get you. I get you. Now.
So it took me a while to staple that to the ceiling.
Yes. Now, having watched it, do you owe Tom Cruise an apology, or does he owe you a growth spurt?
I think maybe a little from column A, a little from column B. No, I can explain how I feel about it, and I think that will come across.
Please do. I think that would be beneficial to the episode.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. What now?
Yeah.
So, some notes.
Oh, he's written stuff down.
So I started with Tom Cruise's Reacher. The first note I wrote was naked lady gratuitous on first entry.
Naked lady gratuitous on first entry.
Oh,
were you watching something different?
I don't know. I don't. Is there something with it?
No, the opening sequence is all the shooter.
Yeah, no, on Reacher's first entry. And also, like, girls keep looking at him all gooey-eyed. All the girls keep looking at him, and it's like, that's a Tom Cruise thing. That's not a Reacher thing.
No,
people
100%.
don't. People, and like Reacher's.
Yes, he does something with he buys a bus ticket, and the woman looks at him.
Yeah, and she's all gooey-eyed.
Oh, and that's it. He's buying clothes in the thrift store,
and she
looks at him,
and it's just like, oh, get off his dick. Like that's not Reacher for me. But it is Tom Cruise in everything, and I'm wondering if that's in his contract. Is it, Tom? We don't know. I know you do your own stunt. I know you do all your own stunts.
There's another word on the cusp of coming out there, wasn't there?
Something like that.
We'll leave it.
So the way that the women were reacting to him was like he was Tom Cruise.
I agree.
And I sort of felt that. But, you know, he's a good-looking fella. He's a tiny little good-looking fella, but so am I. Tiny and good-looking.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
So that jarred with me a little bit because it's not Reacher, but it was... But the look of the film, and it's cinematic as well, rather than with the Reacher, the Alan Richton stuff. It's TV, so it feels different formatically to look at. So it's straight away it's cinematic and it's got that big production value. So that's great. But people were liking him too much. I feel like he's a big fella, and that's what people notice about him. Not that he's handsome.
Yeah.
Which then prompted me to write very large, too short, with 3 exclamation marks and 4 dots. Because I did 3 and then went to do another one and actually did it on I was very upset that he was too short. Although underneath I wrote, he is believable.
Interesting. Now, so I've seen it a few times now, this movie, and watching it in prep for this, I felt differently to how I'd felt before, because I'm more familiar with the Reacher world. Now, here's something that also is a bit of a confession and a bit of a realisation at the same time. I'd always said that I read the books first, which I genuinely believe to be true, and only realised when I was watching this film again, this film was actually my introduction to Reacher. It was the first thing Reacher that I ever saw or experienced at all, and therefore I think that shows it can't be all bad. If I then went on to become as big a Reacher fan as I am,
a Reachist, if you will,
a Reachist,
a Reacher.
I've read them all. That's the other podcast. I've read them all. I've seen the TV show, about to start season 3 of the TV show. I've seen the films, and I'm a big Reacher fan. My first experience of Reacher was the Tom Cruise film, which tells me, yes, I see now that there are differences, which we'll get into, but it can't have been so bad that it didn't make me want to experience more of Reacher.
No, look, I can give you my basic analogy. We could go through my notes if you want, but they become less coherent. The bus seat reminds me that he's too short and also too handsome. He gets in a bus seat, like Reacher doesn't really fit in a bus seat. Also, so the woman at the bus get the ticket thing, like he's too handsome for her.
Yeah.
Tom is a convincing actor. Too many girls look at him. This was clearly a point for me. Cinema is better.
That's what therapy's for, though.
Cinema is better for flashbacks. Bar scene, Jimmy Reese, I've written. I'm guessing that's a character. See,
Jimmy Reese is the name of the second baseman for the Yankees that he claims He tells Sandy that his name is Jimmy Reese.
Yes.
So let's get into that bar scene. For me, so this is one of the biggest differences between Reacher book and Reacher movie, because I think the way they write for Alan Ritchson in the TV show, they do this really well. He's too puntastic. He's too clever in terms of his. He's too wordy. He's like, "Oh, pay your tab first." Yes, I think Reacher would say that, but I don't think he'd say, "You're not going to be able to after." Reacher doesn't need to say that. He's just like, "Yeah, okay."
He's quite minimalist with his.
Exactly.
It's like, I've given you a warning.
That's one of the things with Reacher in the movie was I was a bit like, it's too surfs up, pal. Do you know? It's too
After you hit someone with a surfboard.
yeah, exactly. It's too much of that.
Or if you put someone in a big chest freezer, it's time for you to cool down.
Yeah, it was too 1980s Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It has its place.
100% has its place in all of my favourite films, but not Reacher. That's not Reacher. So that bar scene where, and also the way he's talking to Sandy and he's doing jokes and like that wasn't Reacher. For me, it works in the film. I totally get it, and it's very Tom Cruise, but it doesn't work as Reacher for me.
I agree with you, and I've written again, he's too short. Again with 3 exclamation marks. Again, he's good, but he's not underlined Reacher. Bar fight. Oh, I liked the technique that Tom fought with. Yeah. That felt very Reacher because it was more mauling, grappling. So Alan Ritchson,
quite clubby.
Yeah. Whereas Alan Ritchson is a really good fighter.
Yeah.
Stop hitting that. I remember the thing I was talking about. He's in Titans. He plays the Hawk in Titans.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And his skills amazing. And that's too good for Reacher. But he's I can see they've tried to not make him like an incredible martial artist, but in the series, sorry, possibly a spoiler, the bit in the prison where he fights all those dudes is very much a Marvel style, whereas the Tom Cruise fight scenes were a lot more sort of scrappy, and he's very much more like Krav Maga kind of and snapping people's fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas Richardson absolutely does that and various bits and bobs, but I did like the Cruise fight scene, and the funny thing I found was like Cruise's attitude is very sort of, at this point, he's very resigned to it and almost remorseful. He's about to back,
like he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it, but it just looked funny on his little face because he's only little, and I just thought, yeah, they could probably take you. Whereas Richardson, if Richardson stood there, he's a foot above all of them. You're like, yeah, you might take a few of you. It's like the gorilla, 100 men in a gorilla, or like 2 big blokes and Tom Cruise.
So there's part of me that loves to see someone of Tom Cruise's stature doing that because he would be underestimated. Alan Ritchson's not going to be underestimated, but my preference would have been do that in a different film where you're not playing Reacher.
Yeah.
Because it looks great. Him of that size with those moves, battering a group of 5 people, looks really great, but it's not Reacher.
No.
What about the way he plays Reacher? So for me, I like it because I think it works for Tom Cruise in a film. Do I think it's Reacher? I don't think it's Reacher. And my main port of call for saying that would be his retorts are too clever. He says too much for a start, which I sort of get. It's a Hollywood film. But I also think, have you seen The Killer? It's Michael Fassbender, directed by David Fincher. It's on Netflix. So nothing is said in like the first 25 minutes of this film. This really enigmatic character, there's voiceover in it. So that's the other difference between One Shot and The Thing. Is like it's all driven by Reacher's inner monologue. We don't get any of that in the film, really. And I do think it's possible to make a film like that. And The Killer does it really well. But what they've decided to do with the film is make Reacher really witty and really fun. And that just didn't work. I've
got a comparison.
Go on.
So, do you want me to get through the end of these notes first?
Please.
So then I've written end something good fight.
The fight at the end.
Yes.
Oh, the fight at the end I think is excellent.
Yeah.
Because it's short. It's brutal. They both get knackered, and there's like pauses where they're in the action.
I then wrote too small.
There's a theme here.
Good techers, mind.
Yeah.
So like the
Really good
techniques.
techers.
And Reach is too good a shot. The bit at the end where he shoots. I was like, okay. So he is an excellent marksman. Okay, I can let that go. I think I was just annoyed. I think I was just annoyed with Tom Cruise at this point. And then the last thing I wrote is, fuck. I quite liked it. But here's my comparison. So do you remember when Robert Downey Jr. played Sherlock Holmes?
Yes. Oh, dude, this is excellent.
Absolutely awful casting. Now, I really like Robert Downey Jr. He is my Iron Man. But Guy Ritchie directs it, and Robert Downey Jr. is great, but it's not Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is an asshole. That's why Stumbly Cumberbatch plays it really well. Not that he's, I don't know him, never met him. Hi, Benedict, if you are watching. Benedict? Benedict, hey.
Yeah, from the Monkish.
Yes. Anyway, I think he's a brilliant actor, and he comes across as an absolute asshole as Sherlock Holmes. And if you read the books, Sherlock Holmes is a dick because he's obviously autistic, and he's obviously the smartest person in any room that he walks into, and it must be frustrating for him. And he kind of doesn't care about that in that show, or he's Asperger's-y and doesn't understand other people. So that's why it comes out. Downey Jr. was far too charming and too good looking.
No, what's interesting though, because there's part of me that's like, I think this is an excellent analogy, by the way. There's part of me that's like, Tom Cruise might not want to play the assholey side of Reacher, like the quiet side of Reacher, the bit that's more like thoughtful. He might not want to do that and wants to come across as good looking and all of that stuff, right? But with Robert Downey Jr., there's no part of him that doesn't want to be an asshole, because Tony Stark is an asshole, and he's got no problem playing that. So do you think that's a writing decision?
I just think he's too pretty. Like this, like, you know, like with Cumberbatch, just like, why the long face? You know, like, he's a weird looking dude.
Horses.
Horses.
Anyway.
Horses?
Yeah, you're a fan. Dude, it was excellent throwback humour.
I know, but there's, no, but it's got a question mark on the end.
Horses?
So that's why
Oh, yours was better. You were one step ahead.
It wasn't better.
I was revelling in my joke.
And I was sweating in this really hot room.
It is a hot room,
You need to get some air conditioning.
You need to.
So in conclusion, I'd say it's good. Like, and those two films, the Sherlock Holmes ones, they were all right. They were very, very watchable. I think I've watched both of them twice. Like, I might watch Jack Reacher again. It's just called Jack Reacher, isn't it? I might watch it again and sort of take myself out, because it's not a bad film, and it's an easy watch, and it's paced in the same way the books are. So it's kind of like. Anyway, my point is, I'd compare it to Downey Jr. doing Sherlock Holmes, miscast, not a bad film.
Did it feel like the books to you when you were watching it?
Yeah, at times. Books and beavers. Sorry, I was acting.
Andrew is available for hire.
Or lower, whatever you've got.
Good.
I'm not free. I'm cheap.
Did it feel like the books?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did it go right and where did it go wrong? I have one specific example, and that is just so far away from the books and so far away from just storytelling in general that just doesn't work. What worked for you and what didn't work for you?
I know you put me on the spot. I watched it like 3 weeks ago.
I didn't, because I sent you the script yesterday.
Did you? That wasn't in. It's not
It
in
was.
I watched the new one.
It says here. What did they get wrong and what did they get surprisingly right?
I must have missed that. Surprisingly right was the fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. And again, Cruise is clearly a very good fightist, stagey kind of fight kind of thing. I don't know how he'd do in real life, because he's a tiny little fella.
I think he puts the sound effects in the edit in real life.
A nice throwback.
Yes.
Yeah, they got that right, but it just for me, it was the whole like all the girls fawning on him. But he does. I mean, Cruise has got a nice stillness about him, like a calmness, which is very Reacher. He's just. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again. It is the salient point. He's a little bit too short for my liking, too narrow.
You're right about the looks. I think he nails a Reacher. Stare into the distance and thought very well. There were a couple of things that were wrong for me. I'll give you one. There's a scene after the car chase. Here's my first point. Reacher's not that good a driver.
He makes a point of saying it. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reacher is always saying he's not that good a driver. He can't drive the way Tom Cruise is driving in that film, and I think that's Tom Cruise wanting to show that he can drive that way.
Oh, yeah, because he'll have driven that himself.
Oh,
won't he?
100%.
Of course
yeah.
he will.
Fair enough. I get it, but Reacher isn't a good driver. Reacher can't do everything, and that's what makes it so appealing for me, is he's not just brilliant at everything. So Reacher can't drive that well. That's the first thing. At the end of that car chase, do you remember he's like almost trapped. He's got the baddie, and then the police are after him, and he goes onto this like main high street, and he has this moment in the car where he makes an assessment, and I really like that, and he makes a decision. He gets out of the car, just leaves the car rolling, and then goes over to a bus stop, and there are people at the bus stop. Now, do you remember what happens at the bus stop?
The people hide him.
The people hide him and give him a cap. And not only, like, that just wouldn't happen in Reacher's world, because people don't react to Reacher like that. No. People react to Reacher like, what the fuck is this thing that I'm looking at?
Is it a Yeti? Has someone shaved a Yeti?
Exactly. That's how people react to Reacher. So not only would people not react to Reacher like that, why is that what they've written to get him out of that scenario? It's terrible writing.
I like the way he left the car.
Yeah, that was cool.
The way he got
of the car rolling.
That was nice.
Great.
That was nice. I've actually seen that on a YouTube clip or something. If a guy actually does that, the police are after him. He just gets out the car and keeps it running, and then just sort of walks over to this bush, and then the car keeps going, and the police are chasing after it, and he just walks back the other way.
Wow.
It's on the YouTubes, other streaming.
And then a guy gives him a cap to put on and stands in front.
Yeah, that was a little bit too, like, it's sort of like showing, oh gosh, I've got to stop hitting this thing. Like, show him as man of the people kind of thing. And it's a bit, I get it, because all these are like, supposedly like low income migrant workers or something like that. And they're all like waiting for a bus wankers, if you will. And if you're not from the UK, you might not get that. Although, they've made in-betweeners for the Americans.
Oh, don't.
You idiots.
Don't. That's my other podcast.
What, American Idiots?
Yeah. That's my third podcast.
I don't want to get into that. Actually,
yeah, it's all. Yeah. Anyway, we can't. Same with the IT crowd. Let's not do it.
Did they remake the IT? Fuck off, America! Make up your own shit.
Even worse, they remade Spaced. Yeah.
There's gonna be a strongly worded email. Dude, Dear America, let's stop it. Right. So the bus wankers, and he the way they I get the idea that, it's like this guy, but they don't know who he is. They don't know what he's done.
There's no setup for that to happen at all. Yeah, it's bizarre. No. Right, while we're on it, the other thing that slightly bothered me, not as much, didn't bother me as much, but slightly bothered me, is the relationship between the lawyer, Helen Rodin, I'm going to say, Rosamund Pike, and Tom Cruise. In the book, there's no like hint of any romantic chemistry. There's no flirting. There's nothing. There's no need to add that into the film. There's no need for that.
That's what frustrated me as well with it. And it's Tom Cruise is a lovely looking man, and all the girls want to look at him, and it just feels like that was crowbarred in for maybe not even for Tom Cruise's ego. Maybe I reckon it'll be.
Do you think it's a leading man thing? Because it's like, it's 12, 13 years old now. Is it just a leading man thing from back then?
I think it's the same way as The Rock's not allowed to lose a single fight in any of his films.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's one of those like, all the girls fancy Tom Cruise. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's on brand. So I get a feeling that might not have even been Tom's artistic decision. I think they've gone, well, we've got Tom Cruise, so you've got, play your strengths. And height is not one of them, Tom. For fuck's sake. No, I'm putting a shirt on for this, for fuck's sake. Dag nabbit. Flam flim it. Ching. Wallop it. I didn't hate it. Fuck's sake.
It's time for What Would Reacher Do, where I give you a fairly ridiculous Reacher scenario, and you have to, using your Reacher prowess, your Reachess, have to tell me what would Reacher do in given scenario. Are you ready?
Hang on. Yes.
Okay, I'm incredibly unprofessional, so I haven't memorised it. I'm just going to read it to you.
I'm incredibly sweaty, so I'm just going to stretch out a little bit and just spread the sweat around.
Lovely. I might play music under this. No, I might do it in the edit.
All
I
right,
think,
okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Reacher has solved another hard case in a small town. He's had his fill of coffee and eggs, brushed his teeth, and bought his outfit for the next month from the local thrift store. And now all he wants to do is see the back of this hellhole. He's walked 5 miles to the nearest Greyhound station and asked for a ticket for the next bus that leaves town. The tickets are cheap, but the bus is the last one for 24 hours, and they're hosting a murder mystery night. What would Reacher do?
They're hosting a murder mystery night on the bus.
On the bus?
Why?
I don't know. Because my brain is silly?
Right, so I reckon that seems like a setup for somebody's going to actually get killed.
Yeah.
Reach is going to get blamed.
Yeah.
Reach is going to find out who did it, and then and dispense his own kind of justice. And it will turn out to be the bus driver.
And that's the new novel.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's excellent. I love it. So
They never get off the bus.
So the bus never stops. Bus don't stop. So you're saying first things first, he gets on the bus. I feel like this is becoming a theme in our episode.
Is that just tap water?
Yeah.
Oh, for council squash.
What do you want in there?
Heavy ass. Or Pembroke.
Right, when I've got 25 subscribers, I'll start investing in Evian, okay?
How many subscribers have you got right
20.
now?
We're getting there.
So Evian, if you want to sponsor this podcast, All Things Reacher, then give us water and we will drink it.
You should do this social media stuff for a living. I hadn't even thought of sponsorship. This couch is sticky. So you're saying that 100% Reacher gets on the bus?
Oh, he gets on the bus because it's the last one for 24 hours. Otherwise, and if there's nothing else there, where's he going to stay? Where's he going to hitchhike? Is he? Mind you, a Greyhound station's going to be in a town, isn't it?
So this was my thinking after I wrote it. And I thought, what would Reacher actually... I thought, that's a funny scenario, isn't it? And then I thought, what would Reacher actually do? Oh, he'd just hitchhike. Which is not a great answer, but it's probably what he would do.
Yeah. Also...
Yours is much better, though. I love that he'd just get on the bus, there'd be a real victim, and he'd solve it.
No, but there's got to be a reason he gets on the bus. There's some girl making gooey eyes at him and he's had enough.
Because we're still in Tom Cruise
Tom
as well.
Cruise, and he's just add it up to
every
here.
Every single girl on the
here.
bus is making gooey eyes at him, and they've got an aggressive boyfriend. That's why he gets on the bus.
Oh, no, because I don't think he likes the gooey eyes so much. I think he prefers to beat up aggressive boyfriends than have...
Well, here you've got the double whammy.
A whammy. I think he'd go and find a motel.
Now, when he... just stay in a motel. Motel or hitchhike. It's not interesting, but it's what Reacher would do. When he gets on the bus, is Lee Child sitting behind him making notes for the novel?
So wait, Reacher's a real person and he's entered the world of Lee Child? Or does Lee Child just follow this dude around? Is Reacher an actual person? Lee, let us know. Or Andrew, if you know. Do you?
Andrew, are you ready for the next fun section?
Yes.
It's called Don't Be So Lee Childish. I
love a good pun.
Thanks.
That wasn't one. That wasn't one,
but you just thought of another one that a good friend told you. I have started writing my own Jack Reacher adventure, but I'm asking all of my friends to help me with it.
And we all get a cut?
You all get a cut of what will undoubtedly be approximately 35 pence or 18 cents? I don't know exchange rates. The book is called Never Go Back to IKEA. And I've written the first line. I'm going to ask you to read the synopsis, and then I would like you to write the second line of this novel.
Right.
Are you ready to read the synopsis?
I think so.
Here it is.
Reacher stops at an IKEA to use the bathroom and get a black coffee. He never makes it out. 42 rooms deep, he uncovers a Swedish criminal syndicate using the store's labyrinth layout to launder money through a flat-packed furniture and overly complex lighting fixtures.
Now he's getting into it.
Armed only with an Allen key, Alan Richardson, nice.
Alan Richardson key. Yeah.
And quiet rage, Reacher dismantles the operation one flimsy shelf at a time. Along the way,
Have you read anything ever before?
I had to scroll across. Okay. Armed with only an Allen key and a quiet rage, Reacher dismantles the operation one flimsy shelf at a time. Along the way, he befriends a rogue employee named Marla, who's been trapped in the As Is section since 2018. By the end, the meatballs are free, the crime ring is crushed, and Reacher disappears into the night with a perfect set of hex wrenches and a decidedly average coffee.
Hang on. There you go, you're done. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, you've zoomed in so far. Thank you.
Welcome.
The first line of the novel that I've written is this. I've done it in the first person. I don't know why I chose first person. I like the ones that are in first person.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first line is this. I was looking at a chair. He was looking at me. Only one of us walked out upright.
Why is the chair gendered? Is it a chairman?
We don't need a second line. That's good stuff.
So wait,
Okay.
I was looking at the chair, he was looking at me. One of us.
Hang on, no, I'm going to redo it because you're absolutely right. I've assumed gender, which we just shouldn't do.
Well, I just thought, is there someone sat on the chair? Is there a dude sat on the chair?
Well, we'll find out in your second line.
God,
I'm going to redo the first line because you're absolutely right. I was looking at a chair.
Them.
It was looking at them. Was looking at me. Only one of us walked out upright.
How about chair was looking at me? I was looking at chair.
Okay. I was looking at a chair. The chair was looking at me.
I don't think you need a or the.
This is why we don't collaborate with our writing. I was looking at a chair.
No. I was
looking at chair. Chair was looking at me.
And singing,
Only one
do
of
you
us.
believe in love after love?
We'll put auto-tune on that.
Thank you.
I was looking at chair. Chair was looking at me. Only one of us walked outright. Oh, God. I was looking at chair. Chair was looking at me. Only one of us walked out upright.
Chairs can't walk, I thought. So it must be me.
Andrew,
Hello.
that was your belly rumbling.
Yeah, I'm a bit hungry. I've not eaten yet today.
All right, let's wrap this up in a section I like to call Read It, Watched It, Punched It. Did you feel like this film, you were against it to begin with, are you on board now? Would you watch it again? Would you watch would you watch Never Go Back and come back and talk to me about that?
Yeah, I would. It was not a bad film. It was just, Tom, you upset me by messing with a character that I really liked. Really love. Still love. I like you too. Can we not all just be friends? Can we be friends? Sorry, what was the question again?
My feeling is, I remembered watching this film that it was my first experience of Reacher. I then went on to read Night School over there, which was the first book that I ever read. The film didn't put me off becoming a Reacher fan. In fact, it encouraged me to be a Reacher fan. If you had to say to people, last time you said you would definitely recommend book, you would definitely recommend TV show. If people asked you, would you recommend the movies now? What would your answer be?
I'd recommend them, but with a caveat.
Okay, what's the caveat?
The caveat is, it's like watching Robert Downey Jr. playing Sherlock Holmes. It kind of works, and the film itself works, and it's good enough. It just is frustrating. I'd say watch the film first, and then read the books because they're better.
Maybe this is why I like the book so much, is because I watched the films first, and it only got better.
Shit the bed. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, on All Things Reacher, sponsored by Evian.
So that's excellent. Would you watch Never Go Back, Never Back Down, Back the Front Door? Would you watch that and come back on and talk about it?
I would absolutely watch Leave the Stuff Around the Back, and I will come back and talk about that because I and also I've seen who else is in it. Is that what's her name out of How I
Kobe Smulders.
Kobe Smulders, and she does. I like her. I think she's really good in all the Marvel stuff, and she's in it. So, yeah, and like I say, Tom Cruise is a good actor. Just too short to play Reacher. I think I made a note of that somewhere.
Did you? You haven't mentioned? Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, several.
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah.
Gratuitously.
Yeah. It's unnecessarily short.
Yeah.
I feel like they went overly short.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I do retract my statement last time if it's like watching Peter Dinklage play
John Cleese.
John Cleese, yeah. But there was times it felt like a little bit of a diverse hire. Yeah. And there's times where he just stood next to normal sized people and he's still a little bit short on them. And they've cast, and it's when you can see the full body shot, they've cast like people my size, our size.
Yep. Oh, do you know what? One thing that we haven't mentioned, we haven't talked about it at all. Let's finish off by talking about this, I reckon. The two baddies in the thing, Jai Courtney, who, in my opinion, shouldn't be cast in anything ever. And secondly, Werner Herzog playing the Zek. This is another area, but this is just cartoon bad guy for me. In the novel, the Zek is actually really like complicated, like there's a psychology to it. It's quite a believable, complicated bad guy. In the film, it just feels cartoonish, the way Werner Herzog is doing it.
It's a little bit Home Alone, isn't it?
Yes, excellent.
Joe Pesci.
Dude, it's Sherlock Holmes meets Sherlock Holmes alone.
Sherlock Alone Holmes.
You are good.
You are very good.
Andrew, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
This has been, you are going to say something. This has been All Things Reacher, the podcast where the subscriber base is like Andrew McGillen's acting career.
Growing.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.